Some moments are intentional, others not so much. But the truth is that there are countless scenes in modern pop culture that can leave a permanent mark on a child's mind, whether they come from movies, cartoons, or TV shows. In this story, we'll go over 5 moments that terrified children during the last few decades. Some of these moments were actually meant for kids, while others came from shows and films aimed at teens and adults. Still, they found their way to young audiences around the world. Take Pennywise the Clown, for example. That eerie smile continues to haunt unlucky kids who stumble across it on the internet or late-night TV. It was based on Stephen King's famous novel and adapted into a miniseries. Sure, as adults we might find the acting a little limited, maybe even simple, but back then? Those infamous sewer scenes were enough to etch fear into the minds of entire generations. The truth is, Pennywise may not terrify us now, but the memory of how he once made us feel will always stay. Another peculiar case on this list is the glowing forest creature, or alien, from the Springfield Files, an episode from the 8th season of The Simpsons. Back in the mid-90s, 2 shows reigned supreme, The X-Files and The Simpsons. The crossover between them became one of the most memorable and beloved episodes ever. Looking back now, it's hilarious. But think about how you felt the first time you saw Homer Simpson encounter that glowing figure in the woods. Thousands of kids were shaken to their core, even though the creature's only message was, "I bring you peace." Years later, the show came close to sparking that same fear again, with the episode where Springfield discovers the skeleton of a supposed angel. In 2002, a horror film carved its place into history, The Ring. It wasn't the greatest horror film of all time, but it had a moment no kid or teenager who watched it will ever forget. Even today, the sound of static on a TV screen can trigger that memory. Between the cursed videotape and the chilling first victim of Samara, The Ring delivered real shocks. But nothing compares to the ending, when the ghostly girl doesn't just appear on the screen but steps out of it. Whether in theaters or at home, that moment sent shivers down the spines of countless young viewers. The next spot on our list belongs to the ghost children in Coraline. Many remember this film not only because it's relatively recent, but also because it's one of the most beautifully crafted animated movies of the last 20 years. Yet despite being marketed as a children's film, Coraline is hauntingly dark. A witch, or demon, trying to steal a child and replace her eyes with buttons is frightening enough. But the movie grows even darker when we meet the spirits of children who had once accepted the same deal. Trapped forever. Small souls, condemned to wander. Perhaps that's why Coraline resonated more with adults than with the kids it was meant for. Before we reveal the final entry, there's one cartoon that deserves an honorary mention, Courage the Cowardly Dog. At one time, it was the most popular Cartoon Network show, and also one of the strangest. Certain episodes, like the Curse of King Ramses, or the chilling figure whispering, "You're not perfect," could easily be part of this list. In fact, in English, those moments hit far harder than in the Latin American dub. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to look up the original version of "You're Not Perfect." You'll understand. Finally, we come to one of the most unforgettable moments in recent cinema, Signs. Probably M. Night Shyamalan's last truly great film. It wasn't technically horror, but it delivered suspense like few others. And there's one scene that burned itself into our collective memory, the birthday party footage. Up until that point, the aliens had remained hidden. But suddenly, on a shaky home video, we see one. A group of terrified kids, a handheld camera, and that unforgettable glimpse of the creature walking past. Even as adults, that scene was shocking. For kids, it became the stuff of nightmares. We hope you enjoyed this journey down memory lane, even if it strayed a bit from our usual theme. Most of all, we hope you felt, if only for a moment, the same fear that once made you hide under the blankets as a child. If you liked this story, don't forget to share it, subscribe, and join our community on Facebook. Until next time, this has been Relatos de la Noche.